Product Selector is the most common tool that most of our customers are using every day. When you enter this page from acti.com main page, we have a shortcut here. There is a button here, Product Selector. When you click, then you will land on this tool here. So how to find the right products? That is the question, right? So Product Selector, you probably have seen different manufacturers and their tools, but ACTi Product Selector is by far the best one. It comes with so many great features that makes your search and planning so convenient. So how do we even start? So you can search models by form factor. Let's say you can check all the box cameras. So you will have box cameras available, right? If you want to be more specific, you want to search for the zoom box cameras, the box cameras with zoom lenses. You have very specific options. So how do you go further from here? You can add them to the comparison and you can compare. Okay, and you can also do this, that if you have too many models, and like in this case, and like this, you can add them as many as you want. We don't limit like 4 or 5. You can have as many as you like. Okay, and let me just filter this a little bit. I'll just select all the box cameras to make sure that we only have box cameras, and I want to choose all of them. So there is this select all button here at the bottom, and now you can actually use the comparison function here. So it will load the comparison. So, and then after the comparison, you can clear this search result here, and you can start looking for different other specifications here. Okay, let's see the comparison chart here. So you can see the models will be listed here side by side. You have the features here, a resolution. You can see the low light sensitivity, extreme, superior. Of course, you can manually remove. Let's say you want to remove the cameras that do not have extreme low light sensitivity. You can just manually do it, but it looks like a lot of work. So what you can do is, when you are on this page and you're looking for the box cameras, I check the box filter again, and now I go into the specifications area. And you can see that we have a long list of items here. I expand the item low light sensitivity and choose extreme low light sensitivity. And now I have these options available here. I select these 3, and then I compare them, right? So that's how I did it very easily. I can clear this, and you can see that these results. Let me just clear that as one as well. These are the results here. If you go down to the bottom of this comparison here, after seeing all the specifications, you can export to Excel or export to PDF. So this is how you can process the results. What else can we do with the matrix? Another with this product selector is that you can use this kind of fuzzy search. Let's say that you know that there is a model like i9 something with the speedomes that start with the i9, and you can see we have 5 models that begin with the i9 something, right? So that's another great way to find models. If you can even type the middle part or end part of the model name. It doesn't have to be the beginning. You can see that if you just remember 96, but you don't remember the first letter, that's fine. You just type 96 here and it will tell you that, oh, it's I96 that you're looking for. And you can then either add it to the comparison, or if it's a single model, then comparison doesn't make much sense. So what you will do in this case is you will just go for more, and you will get this product page actually, right? So you have all the specifications here that you just would see during the comparison normally. You have resources and so on. And related products as well. Yes, let's look at that as well. So you can have the different mounts here. You can have a pendant mount. You can have gooseneck wall mount, different type of wall mount here, corner mount, pole mount, junction box, converter to the 1.5 inch. And you can change the dome cover, and you have power supply options here and so on. So this is very easy way to find the models for your project. So if there is a project requirement specifically for the types, let's say that you have to have all the speed domes which are with a maximum resolution of 6 megapixel or higher, then you get the answers and you can just repeat the steps, select them all, and compare. Right, so this is another easy way to do it. Okay, let's and you can see that there's this reset button as well. If you don't want to uncheck one by one, it's too troublesome. You can just reset everything, and all the checks here will be gone. So you could pretty much start over. And then what is going to be very interesting here is that if you have been using a certain model, let's say you've been using i98 speed dome, and now you're looking for the next replacement. Maybe you would like to learn what is the other similar model just like i98. Is there any model that is very similar to that? So how do we find the similar models in that case? You go to this section called product migration, and you can just search for the model from the list or just type it. I think typing is faster. I type i98 and it finds this model from the list, and I check it. And what happens is that the reference model here will be shown here as the first item, and then there is a very complex algorithm that finds the right match. And you can see that the ones marked with yellow here are the closest possible models, and the others that it found are just similar models. So I would like to compare all these 5 models, and then it's going to the comparison here, and I can just ignore the rest because having 4 choices is already more than enough, right? So let's see the differences here. So the original model that I had was i98. It was a 2 megapixel camera, and you can see that all the suggested alternatives are also with the same resolution. What about zoom ratio here? I had 33 times optical zoom before. The options are 36, another 36, 33, and 16. So you have still that option as well. Low light sensitivity, you can see all the same. It was extreme before, and you still have very good options here as well. And what about IR LED? Yes, you can have the IR LED as well. And as you can see, having this comparison, you immediately know what your next plan is, and you can choose any of these options which you would like here. Okay, I will now press reset again. And you can look at the menus here. What's interesting here is that if you go to the specifications area, you can even search like this. You can have containing specific frame rate. You may have a project that specifies a frame rate that it has to have at least 60 frames per second. Okay, so it can have any resolution with 60, or you can specify resolution as well. Let me just not specify resolution, but I want to specify the frame rate. it must have at least 60 frames per second. Do we have any cameras? Oh, a lot. You can see almost every kind of form factor, box, bullet. If you want to specify one type of form factor, let's say bullet, you just check that along with that 60 frames per second. And here you have 7 models with 60 frames per second available. So you can compare them, or you can still add additional filters. Let's say I want to have at least maybe 2 or 3. Let's say let's go for the higher resolution here, 4, 5, 3. Yes, okay, 2. So if you have a very high frame rate, usually it's a 2 megapixel camera is a mainstream for the 60 frames per second. So we have 5 models available now, and we can compare them. Okay, in the meantime, I'm gonna clear this selection here. Yes, we don't need that. And if you want to specify, so 120, let's try that. And even that is possible. You see the model is showing here. Okay, one model. So if I click more, this is the product information here. I go to the specifications, and you can see indeed it supports 120 frames per second at 2 megapixel resolution. And let's go to see that comparison that we had. So here are these 5 bullet cameras, and you can see that all of them have at least 60 frames per second, 60, 60, 60, and so on, right? So this is another convenient way to find the products. And not only cameras, all the ACTi products can be found here, even accessories. So if you click on accessories, for example, you can choose mounting accessories, you can choose lenses, enclosures, hard drives, anything you would like to find. Let me try to search for something. Let's say you have heard that there is this let's display systems, optical drives, controllers, storage. Okay, expand this part here. You can choose the hard drive or memory card. I expanded this part here. It's going to show, and you can see the total result here. It's 30 out of 30 has been loaded already. So you can now do any kind of pre-selection here. If you already know there's specific model name that you're looking for, that you remember it's a 2900 something, you can actually type this and you can find the model from here already. The same way you can find all the others. If you have instead of the model name, let's say that you have a capacity at least 20 terabytes. Oh, there are a lot of options here. How about 22? Check. Still have options here as well. So you can, at the same time, you can look for the enclosures for the box cameras mostly. So if you want to put the box camera outdoors, then you can have the enclosure options available. So here we have them. And you can continue searching for the models using this tool. If you're looking for some specific discontinued products, then here we have the list as well. You can click here to find the discontinued products as well. So this was the introduction of ACTi Product Selector.